you are having beautiful spring weather where you are. We've had some gorgeous weather, but it's starting to have a couple afternoon showers here, and that's all right though, because it makes the flowers look even prettier. And then you have that springtime feeling in the air, and that's what we're going to do today, is bring that springtime feeling into the house and brighten up the interior of our home. And we're going to do that by making a springtime arrangement. And so I just gathered some things that I have around the house. I did need to go to Super Target the other day, and I found one or two little items. So I know where I can find a few things, but the idea of this is to use what you already have in your home, or even bring some things from outside. So that's what we're doing today, and we're going to start with the container for your arrangement. Now, I just happen to have this simple basket, but you don't even need a basket. You can use maybe a serving bowl, or even a cardboard box that you've covered in wrapping paper. If you have a springtime wrapping paper, or even just white paper, that would work beautifully. And so we're going to take our container for our arrangement and begin with that. So take your container, whether it's a basket, a box, a bowl, it doesn't matter. And the main objective right now is to build up the foundation up. We're going to start from the very bottom. So what I've done is I got out my floral blocks. These are just styrofoam blocks. And if you don't have any, don't worry. You can always just fill in with paper. And I'll show you that too. I just put the styrofoam box in here because this is a very deep basket, and I want most everything that's going to be seen to be on the top. So I have my styrofoam box, and you can hot glue these in, but I'm not going to, because I'll take all of this apart after the spring season and use it for something else. So also, if you don't have floral blocks, you could use newspaper. I don't want to rattle this while I'm talking, but you could use newspaper or paper. And what I do is just fill in. So it actually would have been better if I had a shallower basket, but this is what I had, and we're going to use whatever we can come up with. Next, we're going to use preserved moss. Now, if you don't have preserved moss, then you can use, you know, the really plastic-like Easter egg grass, that green grass that we've all seen when we were kids. It goes in the Easter basket. You can use that. Or maybe you won't need anything. If you have enough things to fill in, you really may not need to cover anything. But I keep this on hand because when I buy flowers, say at the grocery, and I'll buy a 4-inch pot of flowers, I'll just leave it in the pot and put it in a nice container. And then across the top of it, I use this preserved moss because it just has that real earthy, elegant look to it that I just love. And I don't know if you've ever bought it, but you can reuse it. And I do a lot. But see, it comes in sheets. And I'm just covering this with this preserved moss. And there we go. Now, I think the grass from an Easter egg basket would look just as pretty, but I don't have that. I have the moss, so that's what I'm using. Now we can get started with the actual decorating, because we have our container and we have our foundation. So now we can take our container and begin softening the edges by adding greenery, any greenery or flowers, anything that you can use to drape over or lie against the edge. And I have this greenery that I'm going to use. And this is where that floral block comes in handy, because you can push it down in there and, excuse me, I had to get my handy dandy wire cutters because this one isn't cut. I wanted it shorter. And So we're going to cut that shorter and use it as well. In that styrofoam box. See what I'm doing? It's looking better already. Now I have this garland that was used on my fireplace one year, and I'm taking it apart and going to use it the best I can. So what I'm going to do is cut these stems. I only want the floral part of it. I don't need the long stem, so we're going to cut that. Oh, man. Now, do some bending and manipulating and place these in that styrofoam or down in anything you have. If you're just using newspaper, whatever, actually the newspaper might be easier because you can just place that in there, or if you have a hot glue gun, again, that would come in handy. You could glue that in, and we're just going to artfully arrange. I had planned to only use white flowers in this arrangement, but now I think I'm going to add a pop of color to it. But let's see how this goes, because we have this being built in layers, and I have these white, and I'm started with the white, so let's just see how this goes. I'm going to make this a little shorter as well. And I think I will put this here on this side. And I just put the entire stem down in here. Instead of pulling it apart, I'm just going to have it standing up as if it's one of those spring flowers popping up out of the ground. And then, you know, if you do not want to use artificial flowers in your arrangement, you can, at this point, put a hole in your moss and drop a cup or a glass down so you have some fresh water, and go out, and if you have daffodils coming up or any other flowers that come up in your area, you can put fresh flowers in this as well. You could use all fresh flowers if you wanted. You could use some of your hedge greenery. You could use flowers. And then you could continue keeping fresh flowers in it for maybe a couple weeks. And then after you're bored with it, you're finished, you just deconstruct it and put it away. So I think I will, I don't know, let's put a couple of these in and see what happens. This may be a little too much going on here, but we'll see. I don't know about this. Maybe a little too flowery. But we can always take them out. Let's see what that looks like. Then I found these. Actually, let me tell you where these I got last year at Dollar Tree. These were the colors. These, I'm not sure. Probably Hobby Lobby. I go in Hobby Lobby quite a bit. And then I believe these Easter eggs came from Hobby Lobby. And if you don't have these, you can certainly use those little plastic Easter eggs that you use for Easter egg hunts for children. And that would look adorable. So let's put this, ooh, I think I'm going to make these short so they look as if they're down in the grass. Cut the stems. I love the glittery aspect of these. Anything shiny catches my attention. Oh, I love it. All right, let's see if I can do this backwards so you can see it. Okay, I'm just going to hide these down in here. Let's put one over here. My plan now is to make a ribbon for the front of this basket. And you don't have to have a ribbon on it. If you happen to have some maybe birthday ribbon, something you have already in stock, then use that. I just tend to like things a little more accessorized, so I just feel it needs a bow there. And like I said, you don't have to put a bow on it at all. But I'm going to make a bow, and what I'm doing is guessing at the size, because that's about 15 inches across, so I want a bow that is smaller than that. So let's say I want the loop to be 6 inches. So let's do 6 inches times 2 would be 1 foot, and then I'm going to double that again, and that is 2 feet of ribbon. Let's see. And this is just absolute guessing at the measurement, because I tend to do that. Even hanging pictures, I hardly ever measure, I just guess. It usually comes out close enough for me. So I have my ribbon, and I have cut it, and we'll put the 2 ends overlapping in the center. Let's see if I can move this other way so you can see what I am doing. Now, if you want to, I'm stuck. If you want to use pipe cleaners, you can use that to make these. You can use bread ties, that'll work. Or if you are a good bow maker, just make your bow the way you want it to. You could even tie it like a shoelace, and that would be great. But I am going to take this and see, I overlap the edges there. I've overlapped the edges, and I'm going to scrunch it together. Now, I think that might be a little big. Let's overlap it a little bit more. This is all on the fly on this bow making, because this is the way I just do it. I don't bother doing a lot of measuring. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then I take these pipe cleaners and twist it around. Now I am going to do one more, but I'm going to do it shorter than the one I made before. So I did 2 feet on this one. I'm going to use about 1.5 feet on the next one. And I'm folding this over only because I know about what 6 inches looks like on this fabric, so I am just kind of guessing. If you're a perfectionist and you want to measure, this is your opportunity. Now I found this ribbon I know I got this at Hobby Lobby, but like I said, you don't have to have a specific ribbon for this basket. If you have some cute birthday ribbon for packages, just use that. And you see what I did? I just scrunched it up in the middle. And it's shorter than this one, which is going to be cute. How is that? Now I'm going to attach these two with another one. There are easier ways to make bows, but this is just the way I'm making this one. And then I'm going to twist them all together. And then fluff it out so that it's all puffy. And I don't know about you, if you like to do little crafts, I can sit all day and do this and waste an entire afternoon making something I could have just gone to the florist and picked up. But I want to make it myself, so that is exactly what we're doing here. And now what I want to do is I'm going to cut a little strip of this. I'm going to fold it so it's neater. Get this out of my way so you can see. All I'm doing is making a little piece folded over so I can put it around the center of this bow and make it look more finished. Now it has a more finished look to it, and I'm just fluffing that up, make a puffy bow, and we're going to put this bow right here. Now we have our bow made, and it's filling up nicely, and I'm going to add a few more little sprigs of flowers that I have cut off that garland, and I am just rearranging things because I'm trying to decide about a couple of things. One thing is I have these two little rabbits that I could choose from. I don't think I want both of them in the arrangement. I think I'm going to use one. And I think I'm going to go with this one. I have a nice little collection of rabbits that I put out during the spring, and that might look really cute right there. And then we have the flowers around her. And if you wanted to, if you didn't want the rabbit, you could put a dish of the little jelly beans would be cute, a nice dish of jelly beans. You could put a candle, but I would be cautious of the candle. I'd make sure that the flowers don't overhang it because that could be dangerous. But it's a thought, and you could just use whatever you have around the house. And I am going to shorten this one. I think that might be a little bit tall, but the idea is to just brighten our home for springtime, enjoy being home, enjoy our family, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please tap that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. Bye.